So
it's a beautiful bottle.
Yeah, they definitely stepped up the game in the label part. Oh, that was a good pop.
Good core pop.
Hi friends, I'm Laura, he's Troy, we're Baker Drinks, and we're the Bakers. So of course we have to be reviewing Bakers. Today we've got Bakers 13. This is a single barrel Jim Beam product, 107 proof, not easy to come by. Luckily we have people that are willing to help us out in our hunting, but we're also going to compare it to more easy to find products that we assume are similar. This is unopened, so I can't guarantee that it is similar. But we have a Baker 7. This one's...
I can't guarantee we can get it open.
Well, let me do it. This one's 8 years and 10 months, even though it's labeled as a 7-year-old whiskey. They're single barrels, so they range. So still much older. And then we also have the Knob Creek 12 year, so very close in age, but this one's 100 proof versus the 107 of these two. So I assume that they will be pretty similar, but we'll see. So
it's a beautiful bottle.
Yeah, they definitely stepped up the game in the label part. Oh, that was a good pop.
Good core pop.
On that one. That one definitely looks fancier, so that must be to let people know it's more expensive. It has that little weird metal thing on the side there. I don't know, what's that supposed to be? I
don't know, it's heavy, it's lead feeling. It's got the barrel number on it.
Oh, fancy. That's a fancier way of
1476908 is the barrel number. So if you got that same barrel, that's cool. It's got a little B on the end of it.
Yeah, it looks like a hair tie. I can use it to tie my hair up when we're done with the bottle.
Yeah, it's a cool presentation.
It's definitely darker in color than the almost 9-year-old.
Shall we cheers?
Cheers. Cheers to you guys. Oh, that's sweet.
It smells fantastic.
So sweet.
I like the smell of this a lot, a lot.
I can get like my whole face into this. Where's the ethanol? It's letting me all the way in.
Everything you expect in an aged bourbon is on that nose.
Yeah.
I'm not getting punched in the face with ethanol. 107 is probably the perfect proof point.
For me anyway. I don't need that.
Super sweet. You're just going right in.
Well, it was drawing me.
Lots of fruit in there, red fruit.
I didn't want to spoil it, but I'm sure my giant eyes were staring at you like, just take a sip so I can talk about it. So, again, it's not crazy proof, but it is like thick feeling. It's like creamy.
I'm almost chewing on it.
Yeah, it's really thick feeling, but I get a lot of like vanilla and cream and sweet oak. Like that flavor lasts, but there's no, like I would probably guess that it was even lower proof than it says it is. It's only because there's like no burn at all. Like it's got a great mouthfeel, but there's no burn.
Right, I feel the alcohol, but it's not burning. There's nothing bitter. It's just a very, very pleasant, super sweet, oaky, fruity.
Which seems unusual to me because it's a single barrel and a lot of times they need to like blend to really get that the balance that this seems to have. And I get it, it's a single barrel, so maybe they're not all this good, but after one sip,
I can smell this all day.
I am blown away by this. I am a Jim Beam fangirl as well. I know I only talk about Jack Daniels.
Well, just name a whiskey you're not a fan of. We'll say you're a whiskey girl.
I'm not a Wild Turkey fan like you are.
You drink it.
I drink it, but I don't, I gravitate more to these ones.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I like that so much.
And a lot of people talk about Jim Beam being crazy nutty.
I mean, they'll never see that, but the legs.
Well, they probably only see your fingerprints on it. But
I've been pawing that glass. But them legs, I mean, it's up here and they're just running.
Well, kind of. They're just stopping. They're so thick that they can't even keep going. But
wow.
This is not overly nutty. There is, like, if you
I don't get any nuttiness.
Well, I'm thinking about it, so that's probably why. And it's just like a hint at one point in the experience. I have a feeling that these other two bottles are not going to compete with it.
Yeah. So this isn't like a real, apples for apples comparison. This is Knob Creek, this is Baker's, but they're both Jim Beam, and this is 12 years old, that's 13, which is why we're kind of throwing it in here. Get some more aged Jim Beam. And then we've got the Baker's 7 over here, which is actually coming in at 8 years and 10 months. Same proof, same distillate, just younger age.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start with the Baker's 7
Sure.
here, just since it should be similar profile.
And we like that guy a lot. And, we don't, you've heard us say in the past, we don't smoke a ton of cigars, but we do occasionally have a cigar. And that was probably the first whiskey that we had with a cigar that I really noticed that the cigar changed it for it did amazing things with it. So if you've not tried that pairing, you should.
So I can definitely tell that these are related. They don't have the same level, which is okay, because they also don't have the same price point or availability. This is pretty readily available. It's half the price-ish. I mean, a little more. It's more than half the price.
It's like $75.
Yeah, where this is
130 MSRP.
If you can find it at MSRP.
You're probably going to be paying more like $150 for this, so half the price is a fairly good. And this is about the same as that. It's about $75.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. I feel like it's, like you can tell it's younger. You can still tell it's aged. It still has a lot of that sweet oak and vanilla, but it has more of the fruit to it.
Yeah, different things stand out in that one than in this one.
But I mean, you can definitely tell they're related.
Yeah.
If I were to pick which one I like more, the 13. But I very much like this one, and it's a whole lot easier to find and a whole lot cheaper. So I'm not complaining about that.
And that's the Baker's 7.
Yep, I was just having a second sip to really get into it.
Well, I'm going to try this Knob Creek 12 and see how it compares to the Baker's 13.
Yeah, from my memory, I felt like it also had a lot of creaminess to it, which maybe that's a Jim Beam thing, because I
remember why I love that bottle too now.
Yeah, and when we first got into this, it was very hard to find, and at least in our area,
highly
it's
allocated,
like everywhere.
Yeah, a year and a half ago, highly allocated. You had to basically luck into finding one. Now they're pretty much in every liquor store we go into, 2 or 3 deep in the shelf.
Well, I'm not finding a loser here. They are definitely similar. I'm getting a lot of the same notes on them.
Yeah.
It's very creamy and sweet oak and good mouthfeel.
On the palate, like you said, they're related, but this 13-year-old, for being a year older than the Knob Creek 12, I feel like has so much more complexity to it.
I agree. But if you want to know what the flavor profile is before, jumping into an expensive bottle, either one of these will give you the flavor profile. This is just a step up from those bottles.
I got nothing bad to say about any of these.
Nothing bad at all.
Super happy that we got this.
Yeah.
It's hard to, stand here and give this objective review of a product when we're just so gaga over it. And all we can say is, oh, wow, it's good.
But, I mean, sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah. If you can find this guy for about $150 or to $130 in that range, I would say it's a buy if it fits your budget. If it's not in your budget, but you're interested in the sip, look at a bar or try the Baker's 7 or the Knob Creek 12 for about half the price because, like Laura said multiple times, you can tell they're related. Not as much complexity in those, but neither one of those pours is disappointing.
Exactly. And as we've said in other ones, like we can tell this one's better, but double the price. Maybe it's hard to put into into numbers.
If this was a shelf available bottle at twice the price, I would say no way. Being the limited edition second release, I mean the first release of Baker's 13 was a couple years back. So second release ever of Baker's 13 that I'm aware of, and you guys will correct me if I'm wrong. And the limited availability, I say it was a buy, and I'm happy with the purchase.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to give information.
Yes, I am fully backing what you're saying. But again, if this was readily available on the shelf, not worth twice the price. As a limited edition, one-time purchase, absolutely.
So thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you again soon. We have links to everything else we're doing in the description. Come join us on Discord. We're pretty small so far, but we hope to have more people join. And we just love to get to know people and see what they think about whiskey and life and our channel or anything, really.
Leave us a comment. We will reply to each and every one of you.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Have a great day.